we work intentionally within our churches to reflect the culture of the kingdom. And as we do that, we start discerning and we start reading what's happening outside in the culture. And one of the problems that we have with that is we recognize what the Scripture teaches us, that we're not to be conformed to the pattern of this age, that we're to take every thought captive for Christ, but we assume that what that means is that we pay attention to whatever is most controversial at the moment, and we try to formulate a Christian worldview about those controversies. Now, that's important. We need to do that. But really, the most dangerous things in terms of the culture that we inhabit within our churches are not the things that we're arguing about. It's not the things that we're focused on. It's the things that we're not even asking questions about at all. You see, the people in Jesus' hometown congregation weren't thinking about their reaction to the outsiders. They weren't thinking about their reaction to Gentiles. They weren't thinking about their reaction to widows. They were just thinking about Rome. They weren't asking those questions. And I think the same thing often happens to us. There was a time when congregations in the American South weren't thinking about issues of slavery. They weren't focused on the question of slavery at all, except in terms of arguing against people who were saying that slavery was wrong. There was a time when people weren't questioning and asking Jim Crow, what does this mean? They didn't see it. They didn't read what was happening, and so they became culturally captive to it. And there was a time right before Roe versus Wade when no one was spending a lot of time thinking through and talking about how do we cultivate a culture of the sanctity of human life, because they never imagined that there would come a time when legalized abortion would be commonplace in American culture. It didn't seem as though it could happen. We need to be paying attention to those questions and those assumptions that we just aren't listening to right now.